doctors from various departments in Tacloban joined Tima to provide free medical services for local residents. A principal of a kindergarten in Indonesia's second-grade Love Village dedicates herself to children's education. Welcome to Dai Headlines. I'm Margaret Lin. Thank you for joining us. After the 2013 Typhoon Haiyan, Tzu Chi has continued to care for the people in the Philippines. Recently, the volunteers held a free clinic in Tacloban, providing various medical services for local residents.
It's a good mission to serve for those less fortunate.
The elementary school has become makeshift clinics at weekend. Hundreds of patients gather at the school grounds, craving for medical services Tzu Chi is offering.
Because of the mission, I get to know my blood sugar level, and also I was given reading glasses, which I could use during reading and sewing clothes.
The clinic offers all-round services including general medicine, optometry, pediatrics, Chinese medicine and ENT. Apart from Tima, an optometrist who owns an optical clinic in Tacloban, joined the medical mission. A licensed acupuncturist joined the mission for the second time to help relieve the patients.
It gives me so much joy to see our patients today coming in and going out of this room with their pains all relieved.
8 dentists from the Philippines Dental Association, Lighty Dental Chapter, joined the mission.
After Typhoon Haiyan, we have been actively participating in different dental missions. We aim to address oral issues and raise awareness on oral hygiene.
Distributing food and drinks for the doctors and patients at the free clinic is Johnny Go, who is both an entrepreneur and Tzu Chi volunteer in Tacloban. After Typhoon Haiyan, he has never forgotten his initial aspiration of joining Tzu Chi and carry out his charity mission.
Tima Northern Taiwan chapter held a free clinic for migrant workers at the Taipei main station. The Taipei City Foreign and Disabled Labor Office also set up a booth there to provide information for these foreign workers. This time, some students from the National Defense Medical Center also joined the volunteers to help. By serving the people in need, they have learned about Tzu Chi's medical culture.
Many foreign workers gather at the Taipei rail station on weekends, but on this date, many people are here to seek medical help from the Tzu Chi free clinics that are held regularly.
On Sunday, August 11th, I was told it's free of charge to see the doctors, so I came to see the eye doctor.
One government department also set up a booth to help these foreign workers.
They don't need to spend their money to receive this useful backpack and reusable utensils. I believe this also helps promote environmental protection.
Chen Houyi works at the Taipei University Hospital. His mother is a Tzu Chi volunteer in Penghu, Taiwan, so this time he also came to volunteer.
Today is my first day here, so I'm actually learning, like how to communicate with them and finding out their needs.
Students from the National Defense Medical Center also volunteer at the venue. They learn the spirit of regarding patients as teachers.
What I remember the most from today's event is not medical treatments, but the acts of caring, so they will know there's someone seeing them and trying to understand them.
The organizers of the event appreciate the contributions of these foreign workers in Taiwan, so they hold free clinics for them as a way to express their gratitude.
A nursing home in Paraguay has long relied upon Tzu Chi and people from the society to provide supplies. On this day, the volunteers visited the nursing home again. Besides bringing the needed supplies, the volunteers also arranged some activities to entertain the seniors.
Medical supplies, kitchen and cleaning supplies, fruits, vegetables, and daily supplies are the items that St. Augustine Nursing Home needs the most. The weather seems fine, but there is only 13 degrees Celsius. Therefore, Tzu Chi volunteers try to keep this elderly warm. The volunteers sing and dance to entertain the seniors. The volunteers also tell stories so the elderly can recall their happy childhood memories.
I believe the seniors will feel today is a very wonderful day. It is filled with joy, peace, and love. Thank you very much.
Muchísimas gracias.
¿Cómo ha venido a menudo?
¿En serio?
Sí, si te gusta.
Agradecer mucho.
Bueno.
Yo pedir a Dios para su regalo.
Les doy gracias por...
Thank you for your visit today. I hope you can come again. You must come on some other time.
They may not walk well, but when they can walk with the volunteers, they enjoy it very much.
Tzu Chi volunteers in Vietnam held an auspicious 7th lunar month prayer ceremony on August 4th. Through these events, the volunteers hope to promote the concept of filial piety, protecting animals, and saving the earth. Let's take a look.
Volunteers hold the 7th lunar month ceremony at the Tzu Chi Vietnam liaison office. They display the reusable tableware and all kinds of clothing and relief goods invented by dye technology. Huang Van Tuan, who will be certified as a Tzu Chi volunteer at the end of the year, mindfully plays his part in this performance.
While I was performing, my heart beat quite fast, but I kept reminding myself to think about Dharma Master Cheng Yen. I told myself that I'd do well in the show. When the music started playing, I tried to calm down, and everything on the stage was just like I was in the rehearsal. Everything was natural and wonderful.
The meaning behind the Pudu festival is actually to heal all lives with love. The volunteers also promote this concept.
People often take the 7th lunar month as the ghost month, but Tzu Chi is different. Why the ghost month? Because ghosts are suffering and are lonely. They make people afraid of them, and they aren't auspicious. People fear they will cause troubles, but Tzu Chi doesn't think so. That's why they changed the name to the auspicious month, which is filled with happiness and gratitude.
Con cảm ơn sư phụ đã khai thị cho con.
I'm grateful to the Master for allowing me to understand why the 7th lunar month is an auspicious month. I will be confirmed in the Tzu Chi path, which is also the path of my life.
Cũng là đại chí nguyện, sự nghiệp của cuộc đời con.
The gifts for the attendees were made from PET bottles. The volunteers wish everyone a happy and auspicious time ahead.
In our next report, we will meet a kindergarten principal in Indonesia. Before she established a kindergarten, she wanted to provide education for free, especially for children from impoverished families. After she came into contact with Tzu Chi, she then decided to establish a kindergarten in the second Great Love Village, contributing her share to children's education.
Children are dancing and singing following jihadi. It has always been her goal to allow poor students to study without worries.
To me, passing down knowledge is just like brain. I can't provide supplies to them, but I can share my knowledge with them.
Jihadi only has a high school diploma, but she had established kindergartens at a chicken pen or even a morgue for poor students, free of charge. She has 4 children to raise, so the family depends on her husband making money from fishing. However, her family still supports her.
Sometimes, she encounters difficulties in educational sectors, but she never gives up, nor feels tired of it. She is also a woman, so I'm proud of her.
When she came to contact with Tzu Chi in 2005, she realized both sides had the same ideals towards education, so she established a kindergarten in the second Great Love Village. She also teaches children about the bamboo coin bank era.
When I see them graduating from vocational schools and having good jobs, it really makes me quite happy. A while ago, there was one graduating from the law school. It also touches me very much.
She is also busy with adult education classes in the evening, but she says she is not tired of it because she sees education as her lifetime mission.
At the end of 2018, Tzu Chi University and a school in Bangkok, Thailand signed a memorandum of understanding about organizing Mandarin classes. During this summer break, 7 students from Tzu Chi University went to this school to conduct training in Mandarin teaching.
7 students from Tzu Chi University went to Thailand to assist in the teaching of Mandarin.
At present, the education in Thailand emphasizes on the diversity of both culture and language. This can help the young people to find good jobs in future.
With their experience, Tzu Chi interns use enthusiasm and innovation to teach, bringing together the cross-border gap.
可能年纪的关系，所以我们会跟他比较。
Maybe because we are of similar age, I can get along with the students easily. I prefer the small group teaching. It's more effective.
小桌小桌这样念会比较好。
The greatest reward for our students is that they have more chance to practice listening to Mandarin. Also, if the students want to practice Mandarin speaking, they can communicate with their interns. This is better than learning from us.
At weekend, Tzu Chi University students take off their roles as interns and visit the impoverished families.
I've learned to see what I have, but not to see what I don't. When you see that the other has nothing, you will feel very blessed.
For them, this charity journey is full of harvest in this summer.
It has been 10 years after Typhoon Maracas brought great damages to Taiwan. Over the past 10 years, Tzu Chi volunteers have accompanied the affected residents, not only in Shanling Great Love Village, but also in Xiaolin Village. The volunteers work with one heart to help the residents rebuild their lives. Here is our report. Recalling the day when she first met Tzu Chi volunteer Wu Citong, Lin Qiumei cannot hold back her tears.
It was just a nightmare. Many people in the village were injured and their faces were swollen. I was deeply impressed. It was Citong and Yingmei who were by my side.
Back then, 14 people of her family passed away, while Lin Qiumei looked after her injured relatives in the hospital. Her nephew Lin Junxiong, who was engaged in rescue and relief, met Citong at the Shunxian Temple in Kaohsiung.
The 2 seniors who came to care for us were different from ordinary people. They spoke less, but they always listened to us and created a harmonious atmosphere.
He totally ignored me. He said he was digging up bodies in the disaster area. And I said I was praying for the deceased in the Qisan hospital.
Citong's compassion prevents people from being guarded against her. She introduced the permanent houses that Tzu Chi has built abroad.
We were wondering how to rebuild our community. The permanent housing she mentioned was a ray of hope to us. I told Citong, "You are named Citong, and another person named Ciru. So I will be your passage who channel your thoughts to people, because this is a friendly deed."
Lin Junxiong shouldered the responsibility of playing the role of a communication bridge in his tribe, allowing the residents to move into the Shanling permanent housing.
It was like I woke out from a nightmare, but then I realized I survived the disaster. How did I come into contact with Tzu Chi, and how could I recognize the permanent housing? Do you know who the key figure is? Let's drink a toast to Sister Citong. It's Sister Citong.
Citong and calligraphy teacher Gao Qinghe have known each other for over 20 years. She can hardly imagine that her old friend would become an affected resident.
We must plant seeds of goodness in the Shanling Great Love Village. Therefore, I thought of Teacher Gao and Li Huaijing. I especially delivered to them the emergency financial aid and the permanent house application form.
For many years, ceramic artists Li Huaijin and Gao Qinghe have rebuilt their lives and creations in the permanent housing. They have even organized calligraphy classes for seniors. Gao Qinghe has also used the writing brush to record memories of the past 10 years. Gao Qinghe has published a book depicting the love and warmth the affected residents have received after Typhoon Morakot. The visits of volunteers is the daily routine of the Sunlin Grace Love Village. The bananas grown by her are filled with love and warmth. After visiting Shanlin, Fu Yunü goes to the mountainous area by car.
I travel from my home to Wulipu to collect donations. It usually takes me more than 1 hour as it is a little far away. I take this as a way to go out and relax.
Fu Yunü lives in Dashe, but she travels to Shanlin and Wulipu to visit permanent housing residents every month.
Currently, we only have 3 donating members here. Originally, I invited one more person to join us. She comes every month. This really moves me. I helped her to invite one more person to do this good deed.
Although it takes her 3 hours to go back and forth, she cherishes the precious affinity. After the 2008 Typhoon Kamegi, both of them joined the cleanup efforts in Xiaolin village. In the following year, Fu Yunü found Ye Xiuxia at a temporary shelter. Back then, the string of Buddhist beads was given by Dharma Master Zheng Yan for her volunteer certification. Xiuxia has paid tributes to Buddha with the string of Buddhist beads for 10 years.
At that time, the only thing I thought about was to help other people in need. We cannot forever bring it with us, though it is the thing I cherish the most. My husband is the chairman of the community. He usually organizes many activities inviting the villagers to participate in. If the seniors come out to help us, they will not stay at home all day.
Seeds of love and goodness have been planted in the permanent housing, ready to sprout and spark ripples of love throughout the community. When you experience swelling in lower body, one should not be nervous, though careful attention to this health matter is needed. In general, the condition is divided into 2 different types. The first may be caused by being sedentary or standing for a long period of time. The other type is a chronic symptom that may be related to heart, liver, or kidney disease.
Mrs. Yang is 80 years old and has edema in her lower extremities. She presses her fingers to the skin of her calf and her muscles bounce back slowly.
These foods becomes numb and hurt.
Her calf experiences edema, making her feel uncomfortable. When she sleeps, she ties 3 pillows together to raise her feet higher.
The doctors say to use a pillow to raise my feet a little higher. Can I sleep with a pillow stacked so high? Well, I'm used to it now.
A heart attack led to many operations, plus many years of high blood pressure, and diabetes means she takes long-term medication to get her condition under control. When one has severe edema, doctors may frequently advise a person to take a diuretic.
When I take medicine, the swelling will go down. There is an obvious difference.
Physicians said that diuretics are only a short-term treatment of symptoms. In the case of lower extremity edema, special attention must be paid because it may be caused by a more serious disease or illness.
Part of the pathology of edema leads us to examine organ function, as 3 common problems involve the heart, liver, and kidney.
Heart problems, kidney failure, or cirrhosis of the liver can cause lower extremity edema and even systematic edema throughout the body. But if one has excessive edema in your lower extremities, it could be because of some physiological factors.
For example, if we sit or stand for a long time, it will cause edema, and in some girls, it may be caused by hormones.
If one short-term local edema problem is due to posture, one can raise your lower limbs while sleeping or follow the advice of a doctor and wear compression socks. If it is caused by heart, liver, and kidney disease, symptoms alone cannot be treated.
If one is able to find out the source of the edema, then the problem will eventually disappear.
If there's edema in the lower extremities, one's diet should involve less salt intake. In case of heart, liver, or kidney disease, one should be sure to seek medical advice and find out the root cause of the problem.
Mastitis is a common problem in postpartum mothers. It is because blocked milk ducts will cause breast swelling and pain, making many mothers want to give up breastfeeding. Some mothers even describe that it is more painful than giving birth, but in fact, the baby is the best helper for the mother to prevent mastitis. When breastfeeding, the direction of the baby's chin is very important. Follow our reports as we learn more. When you breastfeed the baby, adjust the baby's chin so that it is facing one side of your breast. Then he can suck the breast milk by himself.
It is so important to adjust the direction of the baby's chin when breastfeeding because it can help mothers prevent mastitis.
If you only use one posture to feed the baby, there will actually be a lot of milk in the breast tubes that cannot be easily eaten by the baby. This may easily lead to the development of mastitis.
How uncomfortable is mastitis? Only the mother who has experienced it will know.
There are many clots and swellings on their breast. It is actually very painful. There is an end for the pain when giving birth, but the pain from mastitis is endless.
Mastitis recurs easily, which is a painful nightmare for mothers. This also makes many nervous mothers give up breastfeeding. In fact, breastfeeding is not only good for the baby, but also for the mother.
When the baby is not by the mother's side, then proper milk expression is necessary. The mother needs to do some proper actions to express the milk. Normally, the mother will alleviate pain within 24 hours.
Mastitis prevention can start at 37 weeks of pregnancy by gently pressing the nipple with fingers to increase its toughness. Also, breaking of milk ducts can be prevented by breastfeeding after giving birth to the baby. However, if mastitis becomes more serious, it can be treated by taking medications.
Some medications are safe, so we will choose the type of the medication that is suitable for the pregnant woman. After taking the medicine, it enters the milk. The percentage of it passed to the baby is very low, so it is safe for the mother to breastfeed after taking the medicine.
If breast inflammation, such as breast swelling, pain, and mild fever, occurs in lactating mothers, it can be improved by clearing milk blockage without worrying too much.
Mastitis is just an inflammation reaction, just like some people have acne on their face. Mastitis does not cause cancer.
Baby is the best helper for the mother to decrease the occurrence of mastitis.
60 young volunteers from Jinshi Boxing Cafe in Tainan, Taiwan gave a sign language performance at the local heritage park. We will leave you with these images. Thanks for watching.